So back in 1983, Japan got a really cool thing called the Family Computer by Nintendo. Commonly known as the Famicom, it was a huge success. Such a big success that they brought it over to North America 2 years later. And on October 18th of 1985, North America got the, it actually not called the Family Entertainment System, or Famicom, Family Computer. It was called the Nintendo Entertainment System because they didn't think calling it a computer would be a selling point for it, because it was the 80s. People didn't like computers. They liked entertainment systems. And I guess it worked because it sold a lot of units. It made its rounds. Okay, let's talk about my games for that system, which is only like 5 of them, and I want to make this a short video, so let's just quickly go off a couple sentences for each game. Ghosts and Goblins. This game was originally in the arcade, and arcade games weren't really made to win. They were made to take your quarters, and Ghosts and Goblins, the game, is a really good game of dying. So if you want to get good at this game in the arcade, you had to put a lot of quarters into it. That's basically the story of Ghosts and Goblins. Super Mario 3. I always think of the Wizard. Everybody probably thinks of the Wizard when it comes to this game because the movie The Wizard was just an advertisement for this whole entire game. The game's great. I mean, like, if you're gonna own an NES, make sure you have this in your collection because it really is the best game on the system, if you ask me. This is Duck Hunt and Super Mario. It comes with NESs. I have the manual for it, actually. I think the manual is actually cooler than the actual cartridge because manuals these days are kind of rare. I mean, like, if I get a manual in like a game that came out this year, I'm always legitimately surprised to see a manual rather than, because you only get like DLC codes or something in games. So I like manuals. The Last Guardian. This I seen on a lot of like lists of like top NES games you never heard of that are super great, and usually this will be on that kind of like a list or hidden gems. I would call that this. I got this for $10. It's called the Guardian Legend. It's a shooter and a top overhead adventure. Yeah, it's a good game. I like it. Final Fantasy. I really like the RPGs on the NES because a lot of good titles started off on the system. Final Fantasy being one of them, the Dragon Quest series as well. I mean, like, there's just a lot of good games that came out for the NES, but I really like the RPGs that came out for them, and this is the only one I have. I would love to have Dragon Warriors. It was called Dragon Warriors in North America, but it's actually called the Dragon Quest series. I would love to get that game, but until then, this is the only RPG I have. If I have any games that I would like to add to it, it would probably be the other Super Mario game, Super Mario 2, as well as Dragon Warriors, and I don't really have too many games I would want to add to the collection, to be honest. I'm not a big NES collector, but every time I see an NES game that I really want, I always have to buy it, and these are just the few I have. Okay, well, that's going to be a video. Thanks so much for joining me. Follow me on all of these. Check out this here, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next exciting adventures here in the North.